So tonight on our Zoom chat, I'm going to make sure everyone is muted so we don't have any noises. We're going to talk about how to get a new ambassador started off on the right foot so that they can have the tools that they really need to get their business kicked off and started. Well, obviously, you're going to have things like, you need to tell them that they need business cards. You need to get them on the training pages so that they can have access to all the files and information that they need. But something that I think that we probably underutilize, especially on my team, because I wasn't really sold out on this. And as I've been sharing with you guys in the last few weeks, a lot of the things that I did in the beginning and that I believed in the beginning, I have learned differently. And when you get to hang out with some of the other jewels and share ideas, I've taught some things to people and people teach things to me. Well, I want to share something with you that I completely underutilized, even up till now, have completely underutilized, and it's these. Is this even what they look like, or is this what the new ones look like? Anybody want to weigh in? Yeah. The decision packs. Here's what I want to tell you about these decision packs. They got a cool little DVD in the front. Most importantly, what they have is a 3-day supply of, you can choose between Slim and Accelerator or Slim and Boost. And when you first start out, I feel it's pertinent that everybody get their hands on. They come in 5 packs of 5. So it's 5 3-day trials. I think everybody ought to have about 15 of these in the very beginning because they're great to carry in your purse. They're great to have on hand. When people message you on Facebook and they're like, I don't know what it's like. Especially we've started this new group where we're getting prospects to actually message us. It's really good to have these on hand because it answers a lot of the questions that they have. And if you're a new ambassador and you don't already have all the answers, a lot of the answers to the goofy questions that they're going to ask you, like, what does it taste like, can be answered with this right here. Also, the DVD is going to answer a lot of questions for some people. And I personally used to think these were silly. I was like, a 3-day sample? Ain't nobody got to lose no weight and no 3-day sample. Well, I have learned, first of all, that I've been wrong about lots of things, and this is one of them. Not about the losing weight. Whether they lose weight or not is not as relevant as whether they taste it, they like the taste of it. You've actually made another meaningful interaction with them by actually selling them one of these, and I'm going to get into that here in a second. How you don't want to give these away. You don't want to give these away. You don't want to give these away. And I say that because I'm not the only person, even though I grew up thinking I probably was the only person. I'm not the only person who would let one of these get stacked under trash in the backseat floorboard of my car if you gave it to me. Like, that's a universal, that's what everybody does. Everybody let those things roll around in the backseat of their car, and they forget that you gave it to them. And so unless someone's particularly asking you for one of these, you don't want to be going around shoving these at people anyway, and you definitely want to sell them. By selling them, it's going toward your volume every month because you've purchased these. If you make it a goal that you're getting one of these, if you're getting one of these in 15 different people's hands every month, there's no way you're not going to grow your business and grow your team, period. You're going to have, first of all, you're getting this DVD in their hand that's going to really provoke them to ask you some questions. It also gives you a great reason to follow up. So let's say you're in you're running around town for whatever reason, you're at a restaurant, whatever the circumstance may be, you have some of these, couple of these in your purse, you run into someone or you just have your t-shirt on, but for some reason the conversation turns to plexus, and you can say, if whatever question they ask you can lead you to where you can say, I have trial packs in my purse. They're only $10 or they're only $12 a piece, or you can purchase 2 for $20. Okay. Did you hear what I just said? You can get 3 days for $12, or you can get basically 6 days, almost a week's supply, to see if you're going to like it for $20. You want to do that? You want to try that? Well, okay, you're getting rid of 2 of these at a time, which is okay, because 6 days, in my opinion, 6 days is, they're more likely to see, for women, they're more likely to see hormonal, like it's doing something for their mood. Probably for men too. I can't really speak for that, but I'm just saying they're more likely to be sleeping better. I know many people say within the first day their fibromyalgia pain goes away, those types of things. And so it's kind of like, well, within 6 days, people can get a pretty good feeling for whether they're going to actually, I don't know, if it's going to actually be something they're interested in going on your site later and making an actual purchase. Now, how many times have you had a great conversation with someone at the grocery store or at a restaurant, or you're eavesdropping on someone's conversation and you butt in and you're talking to them, and for whatever reason you talk plexus to them and they're like, they leave so excited. They're like, oh yes, I'm so excited. I'm going to go home. I'm going to order this stuff. How much more likely are they to try it at all, first of all, if they've purchased one or 2 of these from you? I know for me personally, I can talk to somebody. I have this happen to me all the time where people be like, oh my gosh, girl, whatever. They're talking about whatever. You've got to try such and such. It's the most awesome. And I think to myself, I might even make a note to myself. If I don't put an alarm in my phone, literally, I may never, it doesn't matter how excited I was, I may never ever think of what they told me again. Like, I might even lay in bed and think, there was something I was going to do when I got home. I don't know. We're so full of distractions these days. But if you get one of these in their hands that they've actually paid for, they're more likely to remember to use it. Does everybody agree with me on this so far? Okay. It gives you a reason to follow up. So when you give this to them, you're saying to them one of 2 things. If you already know the person, you don't need their contact info. You're like, I'm going to get back to you in 3 days. I'm going to get back to you in 6 days, and I'm going to see what you thought. And then you have to put a reminder in your phone to remind you that an alarm or something that says, hey, Nikki, call Nikki. Then also, when someone has decided to try this and you get back to them, let's say if it's a friend of a friend, you don't really know the person, and you're gonna actually use your phone. I know I've talked to you guys about this in another Zoom training. You're gonna use your phone. You're gonna actually go to Facebook, hand your phone to them while you're on Facebook. In the little search bar, put your cursor in the search bar, hand your phone to them, and say, "Hey, will you find yourself on Facebook? Add me as a friend. That way, so I can send you some more information about this stuff. So if you're interested, I can give you my link. That way, I can check back with you to see what you liked about it." And that's what you ask them. When you get back in touch with them, you don't say, hey, how'd that go? Did you like that? You say, hey, what did you like about it? What did you like about it? That's the way you go about asking that question. Now, if you are not a brand new ambassador, you're going, this is old news to me. I already know all that, and that's great. What I want you to do is I want you to think about the process of duplication. I can remember it took me like a year and some odd to get to Emerald. And I remember thinking to myself, how are these people doing it in like 6 months? This is the first time I heard somebody say they did it in 6 months. I was like, that's impossible. There's no way you can get to Emerald in 6 months. Well, survey says what they're doing is they're getting their new ambassadors. You know, your ambassador signs on. They get qualified in their first month. They get their welcome pack. And if they don't place an order above and beyond the price of their welcome pack, well, then they're not qualified for that month. So that person doesn't actually, that person doesn't actually get qualified until the following month. So let's say you bring, 20 new people onto your team this month. If everything is delayed by a month, every single month, it practically takes twice as long to get where you're going because the duplication is not happening nearly as fast. But if you're teaching your team to carry sample packs, these 3-day trial packs with them, they are getting qualified in their first month, because the first thing they do is they get their own welcome pack. They get their sample packs, which actually causes them to qualify, because literally we did the math earlier. If they order 15 of the 3-day decision packs, that puts them at 105 in volume. That volume actually goes toward the total of their volume that they will get paid on in that month, that they'll get paid commission on. And it causes them to be qualified in their first month. So if they get their first, here's my big point here. If they get their first preferred customer on, let's say, the triplex, the first preferred customer in their first month by using one of these trial packs, they never have to worry about that auto qualification ever again. Do we understand this? Like, I don't know how many times I've heard people say, gosh, I have so many people on my team, but they just won't turn their auto qualification on. Well, if they have one preferred customer, and how's the best way? I'm telling you, this is the best way to get a new preferred customer when you're out and about. If they have one preferred customer on the triplex, they never have to worry about that backup order ever again. They stayed qualified all the time. It keeps you from having that graveyard in the back office where you're like, God, look at all these white lines. Everybody has a preferred customer. They got that preferred customer in their first month. And we've talked about this before. Hang on a second, I'm going to mute everybody again.
Lori?
Yeah? Uh-oh. Can y'all hear that? Hang on.
Hello?
Hello? Can y'all hear that?
I think you're getting interrupted.
You think what?
Yes.
Looks like it's Becky's.
Oh, okay. Becky?
It was just mine. I just got on to say I could hear something.
Oh, okay.
She may have to log back in here in just a second. Oh, there she is. Unmute yourself. You're on mute. You're muted, babe. There.
Hey, why don't y'all just simmer down, okay? I got
There
this.
you are. There you are.
Now I have no idea where I was. I don't know what happened there. I think we're still recording, though, at least. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to shut up about trial packs, but I wanted to really put that in your mind. I hope that helped you, because I used to say, you don't need no trial pack. People can get a 30-day and they can get their 60-day money back guarantee. Just go get a month's supply, whatever. But the fact is, this serves a lot of purposes. It gets the product in. I mean, if you have some of these on hand, you can be getting the product in 15. Here, let's just break down this math for you. If you get one preferred customer on the triplex, a preferred customer on the triplex makes you about $60 a month. That can help you afford to do this again the next month. And actually, that first preferred customer can pay $60 toward you doing this every month for the rest of your business. Agreed? Jetty, you're rubbing your eyes up. It makes me feel like you're bored. Am I making sense here? Of all people.
Yeah. It would probably be more like if you added in the X factor.
Do what?
It'd be more like if you added in like the triplex with the X factor.
Okay, triplex with the X factor would be, oh yeah. That's right, my bad. Triplex with X factor is $60. True? Yeah, triplex with X factor. I had that bad. It used to be the Fab 4, whatever we call the Fab 4. If you have someone on the triplex and X factor, or triplex and accelerator, or triplex and boost, I think. Any of those things. Triplex and almost any of our other support products. Now I've got myself giggling at myself. That's what causes it to be $60, because it's about $30. That's if your volume is above and beyond or is 500 or more, you're making 25%, and that's going to come out to about $30 a month, plus the preferred customer bonus on all of those products, and that makes it come out to about $60. Sorry, I knew I had my math all funny. Jetty's over there going, oh, I thought he had like a pressure headache or Surely it was his sinuses. I think it was his sinuses. Maybe it's because we looked at pools all day. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, it's because we were driving all day. Yeah,
right, okay. Anyway, so I really wanted you guys to focus on how important it is. So, okay, you get a person who just signed up. They get their $99 welcome pack. So far, they've invested $134.95 or $133.95 into their business. If you can get them to invest an additional $130 something, is that what it was to actually buy those, Jetty? The 15 trial packs?
Yes, I think it was 134.95 ish.
Okay. If you can get them to invest that much more in their business, that's that much quicker they're going to get themselves a customer, and they're definitely going to make this money back when they sell these. Okay? So I'm going to shut up about all of that. I think it's really important to get our people qualified in the first month. It gets us rank advancing a lot faster if we get our people qualified and moving and rocking and get their first preferred customer in their first month. They're much more likely to duplicate that process. And if this business is about anything, it's about duplication. Okay, you go ahead, babe.
And they're much more likely to stay excited, you know, if they're getting people involved, getting other people, you know, excited to join their team or be a customer or whatever. I believe that's just a game changer, especially in their first 30 days.
I agree. Okay, one other thing I want to talk about. I'm gonna tell you guys, I have a group going right now. I know I talked a little bit about it last Wednesday. Some of you are involved in it. Actually, many of you are involved in this group. It's a new group that I've actually started for basically walking people through the best I can, step by step, the most effective ways, what I have found to be the most effective ways to use social media with your business. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about how it works because that's what the page is for. But I did want to say one thing. I'm going to share my screen with you again really quick. Okay, hang on. I asked them in that group today, I said, I'm doing my weekly Zoom, weekly team Zoom tonight. At the end, I'm going to talk about this group in case anybody doesn't know about it from my team. If you have already had results because of this training, please comment so I can read the comments to my team, even small victories, please and thank you. Now, here's the thing. This page, this group has been going on for a handful of days. I don't know, since around the second or third or something like that. We really got started in that group after the 4th of July promo. So like on the 5th or 6th, because I intended to start before then and it just didn't work because we didn't know that promo was going to be happening. So literally in just a handful of days, I've been working up, training them how to more effectively use social media. And we all did our first post on Monday, 2 days ago. Okay. So we're looking at the results in 2 days. Well, today would be in 3 days of using these techniques on Facebook. And I want to show you, I'm going to let you guys look through some of these comments. Tanya Stewart said, posted for the first time today. And the first comment I received on that post is from someone I've never spoken to and is a mutual friend. Both are non-Plexus. Chad Deary said, was averaging 10 or so likes on my Plexus post. My first from the heart post on Monday got 59 likes and some good interaction. Amy McCracken said, had someone inquire asking how we have been so successful and have had a friend from high school that I haven't spoken to in 20 years like all the posts and even share one. Okay. Katie Reeder said, Ambassador decided not to cancel membership because she realized it was okay to take Plexus and pray for miracles. God works in many ways. Katie Rose said, 3 posts averaging 15 likes and several comments. One woman said it was like I was describing her life and is going to be joining. 2 others have asked for product recommendations and are interested in ordering. That's the most activity I've had in 1 week ever. And this is only on Wednesday, I'm pointing out. Katie said also, I've realized because I'm putting a lot of effort into 1 to 2 posts, I don't feel like I have to post so often because the ones I do make keep getting likes and comments that bring it back up in the news feed. This helps me feel less stressed and frees up more family time. Hallelujah. Angie, do you say your last name Tarrant, or is she on the call? She gonna be so mad at me for crucifying her name.
It is Tarrant.
Okay. Well, we have a county somewhere near us called Tarrant County. I think that's how it's spelled. I don't know. Actually, I may be making that up, but that's what I thought. Okay. She said, I would say I'm more thoughtful in my posts, which makes me more thoughtful as a whole. Some of these thoughts are less comfortable than others, but I can already feel us being stretched. I'm anticipating serious personal growth and development, and we've only just begun. And now I have the Carpenters playing in my head. That's a good. Ann McNeil says more engagement from the posts have been happening. I feel like I want to feel about selling Plexus. I feel like me. The training encourages me, and I appreciate hearing the heart of our leaders. The focus and direction is purposeful. Videos, love them. It is something I can listen to while getting ready for work and driving. Okay, that's something I want to key in. Something she's saying there. So far, I prayed for this group. I prayed for the training that I was going to be doing in this group, because there's not training out there that you can find in a book. And so a lot of prayer went into this, because I don't really know what I'm doing except for trial and error. And I have 3 years of experience with goofing it up and figuring out what works. So in the last 2 or 3 days, I've been praying really hard, because I knew we were really starting to actually post the way I've been talking about. And I've been flooded with new concepts to talk about in my brain. And so I've made several videos in the last 2 days. And what I want you to do, if you decide to get on that page and get involved in it, I don't want you to be overwhelmed being like, oh my God, there's already like 7 videos. This has only been going on for so many days, whatever. I'm trying to number the videos, video 1, video 2, whatever, so that you can watch them in a meaningful order. But the thing is, like she just said, you don't have to watch it. You can just turn it on, listen to it while you're getting ready. They're about, I don't know, some of them are like 7 minutes. Some of them are a little bit longer than that. Most of them are in the 7-8 minute range. And as I'm just getting more material, I'm just adding to it. And plus, as the class is building on itself and people are giving me feedback, they're saying, oh, this is something I encountered. It gives me new content. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that happening to me when I first started, and this is how I handle it. So I'm literally trying to be so hands-on with that group that I'm trying to fill in all the cracks along the way, so that no one feels like because I'm going to try to do this over a 60-day period. Keep encouraging people until I feel like I can turn you guys loose and you can duplicate this same process. It does cause some vulnerability, because I'm asking people to sort of dig deep, post things about their life rather than post ads. That's why they're getting so much engagement. And while it is a vulnerable process, it's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. I'm not talking about this group. This group is also one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. But I'm talking about getting to a place in my life where I was finally okay with being vulnerable and putting my life out there to let people judge. I mean, my goal wasn't so that people could make a judgment on me, but that's sort of how it feels when you first decide to live your life out loud. And while there will be critics along the way, the overwhelming response that you get from people who can relate to what you're going through in your life is the most rewarding aspect of this business to me. And if all you're doing is posting ads, you cheat yourself of the most rewarding part of the journey, is when people connect with you and they create a relationship with you based on something that you said or you did. And it's created some of the most meaningful relationships I have in my life, if you can believe that or not. So I'm just going to let you scroll down through some of these posts. I don't want to leave anybody out here that said something wonderful. I want you to see how many there are that people who've told me they have new customers. Like this girl says, 4 new customers. This is since Monday. Another one who bought from someone else a year ago and didn't like the taste is giving it another try and is checking in with me daily. And another hubby of a cousin started using her pink drink after the post about my hubby, so she ordered more of both of them today. Lots and lots of comments and likes. Thank you so much. I have a new customer thus far, and my likes have tripled since I have been selling from the heart. And so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. So what I want you guys to do is really consider, even though you be getting into it late, I want you to consider joining this group. Even though you're getting in late, I want you to join and watch the first couple of videos, because once you watch the first couple of videos, you can get into a groove. You'll be like, okay, yeah, this is not going to be as difficult as I thought. So I know this is 2 weeks in a row that I've talked about this group. Last week was because I felt like there needed to be more people on there for it to be an engaging group. This week, it's because I'm already seeing so many great results from it. And I told Jetty today, I said, this group is the most exciting thing I've done in an entire year. Like in this whole entire last 12 months, the engagement and the atmosphere that's happening on this group, watching people grow and seeing the feedback from it is the most rewarding thing it's the coolest thing I've been involved in. And we've only been doing it for 3 days, so I can't imagine what else is going to happen. So the group is set to where it's hard to find it. But if you know someone who's in the group, or if you're a friend with me on Facebook, I can add you. Jetty can add you. Anybody who's in the group can add you at this point, and then I just have to approve it. I don't want tons and tons of people from other people's teams added to it. I would prefer that you just add yourself, and I don't want you adding anybody that you haven't talked to about it. Like, I don't want you just be like, okay, now I'm going to add every single person in my downline, because the only rule with this group, in my opinion, this is my group, so it is my opinion. The only rule in this group is that I want anybody who's in the group to be an active participant. I want people to get on there, and I want them to be engaged in the group, actually watching the videos and actually putting forth some effort. Because I think what the big downfall to a lot of team pages can be, and groups like this that are requiring a lot of activity, is if the team is, or if the group is half spectators, then everybody's like, okay, this is just people in here judging my work. And I want everybody involved and everybody participating, so no one feels like there's anybody in there that's not getting their hands dirty along with us. So, okay, I'm going to stop sharing. I don't know why I kept. So, anyway, I'm excited about that group. I feel like there's something else I need to talk about. Hang on a second. So I'm going to be out of town for a few days. My husband is going to be at home by himself with the kids. So that's not exactly by himself. He's going to be at home for the next few days because I'm going on a girls' trip. And my best friend, Missy, and another one of our ambassadors, another friend of ours, Chastity, we're all going to go to Kansas City. And anyway, we're excited about that. Like, I don't ever do girls trips, but this is going to be fun. But I will have my phone on me if you guys need something from me. I'll still be actively participating in that group page. And, you know, in my breaks during the day whenever we're not doing fun girl stuff. And I'm sitting here, I'm going to glance through and see who all's on the call tonight, see if there are actually very many that aren't on that page yet. It's hard to tell who is who on here because there's so many people that have just joined via their phone. So, okay, let's really talk to our teams. Let's promo these. Let's talk about decision packs. If you have never gotten a decision pack yourself and have never taken the video out yourself and have never watched the video yourself, I'd suggest that be your first step yourself so that you know what it is that you're handing people, so that when they ask you a question, you don't look like a doofus. Don't ask me what the video says when you can watch the video yourself. Right, babe? True, Jetty? True. Okay. I'm going to make sure really quick that I keep getting these little texts. I'm making sure nobody's telling me something that I need to announce on this. Okay. I think we're all good. Well, you guys have a great night. I'm going to stick this Zoom call in the order. The first thing that you do when you add your new people to the training page, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to have them follow the instructions on the cover photo. I think that's the most duplicatable thing that we can do. Follow the instructions on the cover photo, and that will get them kicked off and headed in the right direction. And I'm going to pray over us tonight, and then we'll call it a night, okay? Lord, thank you so much for teamwork. Thank you for your guidance and your love. Thank you for whatever call you have on each of our lives. And I just pray that you show it to us. Seems like the most exciting thing when you give us a little glimpse of our purpose, Lord. And we're so grateful for that. Thank you for an opportunity that we have to pour into people's lives in an unexpected way. Like, it's so incredible to me to think of the fact that you've given us an opportunity to have a business that actually pays us to help people get well and get their life back, and also be a sneak attack in ministry. It's like the coolest thing ever. Giving us a chance to reach people, reach their needs on a physical level, to gain their trust so that they would trust us on bigger, more important things. What a cool thought. What a cool idea. What a cool concept. Only something that you could come up with. Thank you for the anointing that you've poured out onto this business and onto its ambassadors. I love that cool verse, and I can't think what it is right now, but there's a verse in the Bible that talks about an ambassador brings health. And thank you for your word. Thank you for the people on this team. Just praise you for that. I praise you for the hearts represented within this group. And I praise you in advance for all the families and lives that are going to be completely and utterly transformed because of this cool concept. Like, we went to Falls Creek this week and we see all these people. Falls Creek's our, for you guys that don't know, our youth camp. And we see all these people completely transform and turn their life over to the Lord. And I was thinking about that, Lord. I was thinking how these kids, they go to this like summer camp. It's a sneak attack too. It's the coolest thing. And we just praise you for the cool ways that you do things that we wouldn't even be able to think of. So grateful for the financial blessings that you pour out on us and give us the ability to give abundantly and to pour into other people's lives in ways that we never could have before. We never could have. I'm thankful for the families that are on this team, and thankful for my family. So grateful. I just ask that you give us the divine guidance, like in every single aspect of this business and in every single aspect of our lives, every single aspect of our marriages, and every single aspect of raising our kids, Lord. So grateful to just be walking in your light and in your truth. And we lay all of our concerns at your feet, Lord. If there's anybody who has any concern, Lord, that they're just scared to ask someone about, Lord, I just pray that you'll just send someone across their path that they would be open to talking to. And I ask that you just meet every need, that your mercy and grace covers every scar, every sin, every pain in our lives. And we're so grateful. All these things in Jesus' name, amen. All right. I'm sorry I have to run, guys, and I have to ditch you tonight, but you guys have a great night. And if you want in on that group, maybe I should do the same thing I did last week. Maybe I should open that group up for 10 minutes. If you're not in it, I'll open it up for 10 minutes. I'll put the link on the butterfly page. And keep it open for 10 minutes. That way, nobody gets flooded with a bunch of requests. And then afterwards, if somebody needs to join, you can message Jetty or myself or anybody that's in that group. Okay. Good night, guys. Talk to you guys soon.